hate me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons podcast.
Connect the beats. You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Beverly, former NBA star, you know what I'm saying, it was arrested allegedly for abusing his sister, who I believe is a minor, definitely was a minor. Said she was caught with her. So why didn't he attack the dude? You know what I'm saying? The dude was in there with his little sister, and he went and attacked his little sister. You know, so I don't know, most cases, when an older brother, Diddy, you know what I'm saying, Diddy got a new charge launched out in a criminal investigation out in LA County for a S battery charge. In 2020, a male music video footage evidence or nothing that none of these people was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't sit up here condoning or pro Diddy or none of that. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? But now it's all about what you new info on this David case. You know what I'm saying? New info on this David case. Well, it was a photo that came out. You know what I'm saying? We all seen this photo of Celeste. You know what I mean? She's in the background, but she was definitely part of David's crew. And then we seen her go backstage in a little video with David's brother. You know what I'm saying? So why aren't these people coming and being called in for questioning? Why aren't they being called? Yeah, what's up? What's going on? What is happening? What's happening? You feel me? Fine. Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, Titty Tuesday, whatever it is. It is a Tuesday, November 18th. You know what I mean? 2:11 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Definitely overcast, cloudy, gray clouds. You know what I mean? Definitely can expect some rain today. You know what I'm saying? It's about 60 degrees out here on the west coast of California. You know what I mean? But yeah, what's going on though? You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? You know what I mean? How y'all doing? We back with another one. You know what I mean? Back with another one on this Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Episode 332 today. You know what I mean? I hope everybody enjoyed the last episode. You know what I'm saying? From yesterday. In case you forgot or missed it, or you know what I'm saying, wanted to know what I let you know about, you know what I'm saying, episode 331, I let you know about China rolling out these humanoid robots coming to take over a job near you. Also, GameStop is becoming a thrift store / a pawn shop December 6th, a trade anything day. Also, I let you know that Tekashi 6ix9ine house was robbed with his mom, and people are believing that it was the Island Boys. You know what I'm saying? That was episode 331. You know what I mean? I hope y'all enjoyed that one. Hope I put y'all up on some information that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my new subscribers though. You know what I mean? In case y'all are new here and it's your first episode or your second episode, or this your first one since you missed yesterday's. If you might have missed yesterday's, you feel me? In case you was wondering what this channel about, this is where we go over the news. This is where we go over the headlines. This is where we go over whatever headlines you might have seen when you logged onto your computer, whether your first home page is MSNBC News, Yahoo News, Google News, Hip Hop DX, whatever the case may be. I'm probably covering on one or two of them headlines right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I mean? So hit that share button, tell your people about it. You know what I mean? Share this out, hit the like button, comment on what you think about something. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? That's what this channel is about. That's what we do on here. You know what I mean? Welcome in. You know what I'm saying? I got some few little information that I want to put out there to you. Just 3 little topics today. You know what I mean? We're going to touch on Patrick Beverly. You know what I'm saying? He was arrested. You know, we also going to touch on Diddy. Got a new charge coming out of LA. And also some new information on the David case and Celeste Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? But that's everything we're going to be touching on today. You know what I mean? In this episode here. You feel me? So without no more further ado, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and jump into these topics. You know what I'm saying? So first up, we got Patrick Beverly. I mean, former NBA star, you know what I'm saying, it was arrested allegedly for abusing his sister, who I believe is a minor, definitely was a minor. Said she was caught with an older dude in her room, which the boy was 18. Reports say he threw his little sister on the couch and choked her for 20 to 30 seconds and then hit her in the eye with a closed fist and told her he was going to be the relative to body her. His lawyer had released a statement saying that he loves his little sister and the truth will come out in the court. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy about Patrick Beverly. So in the next little clip you're going to see some of the netizens speaking on this, and also the news clip. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to see TRVP. I done used some of his clips before. Y'all to recognize him when you see him speaking on this matter. Check these clips out about Patrick Beverly.
A former Houston Rockets player is speaking out tonight after his arrest in Fort Bend County. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Daniela Guzman. Keith Garvin is off. Patrick Beverly was arrested at his home early this morning. He's charged with assault, family violence involving a household member. KPRC2 News reporter Corley Peel joining us now live about why Beverly's attorney says his arrest is a big misunderstanding.
Daniela, Patrick Beverly's attorney sent us a statement saying that he was defending his little sister at the time of that incident. Beverly is also cautioning the public about these allegations. Hours after bonding out of jail, Patrick Beverly posted on X saying, "Please don't believe everything you see on the internet. Hope all is well. Love." Fort Bend County deputies showed up to the former Rockets player's home before 4 a.m. Deputies say a situation transpired between family members, leading to a family violence incident. He was arrested and later made his $40,000 bond. Details about the crime are not clear. Beverly's attorney released a statement saying in part, he cares deeply about his little sister, a young lady, a minor, given that when he unexpectedly found her alone in the home with an 18-year-old man in the middle of the night, he was understandably concerned as any brother would be about his sister. However, we don't believe what followed happened the way it's been described, and we look forward to the opportunity to address that in court. And Beverly's attorney adds that he does not have a criminal record. This is an ongoing investigation, and we will keep you updated.
Patrick Beverly, please come to the front of the classroom. We'd like a word with you. Now, Patrick Beverly was recently arrested, and we didn't really know why, right? They put out this vague statement the other day where they was like, Patrick Beverly has no criminal record. He cares deeply about his sister, a young lady, a minor, given that when he was unexpectedly found her alone home with an 18-year-old man in the middle of the night, he was understandably concerned as any brother would be about his sister. However, we don't believe what followed happened the way it's been described, and we look forward to the opportunity to address that in court. Now, at this point, everybody was thinking, okay, he beat up the dude that he found with his sister, who's 16, I believe. Now it comes out that Patrick Beverly is accused of punching his sister in the eye and choking her for up to 30 seconds at a home in Texas. It says Beverly then seemingly scolded his sister before he grabbed her by the neck with both hands and picked her up off the ground by having her feet come up off the floor. His sister claims his grasp on her neck made her feel pain and as if she was losing oxygen and unable to breathe, which lasted between 20 and 30 seconds. The sister stated Beverly took her out of the bedroom by the neck and slammed her body against the wall of an open room area of the house. She claims Beverly then laid her on the sofa, stood on top of her, and punched her approximately one time in her left eye with a closed fist. The sister added Beverly made a comment that he will be the family relative to kill her. Yeah, Pat Bev, you're losing me, gang. That's crazy. This comes right after the whole talking smack about Klay Thompson struggling and throwing his girlfriend into it, whatnot. The girls swear that the God does not play about Megan Thee Stallion. So, do what you will with that information. Me personally, I can relate to this because when I was a teenager, I too was caught in the act with somebody's younger sister who then started putting hands on their younger sister and not me, which is crazy, So this isn't as this happens more often than you think. That's what I should say. That was a wild story, but save that for another time. How do you guys feel about this? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. We talk about music, we talk about sports, everything in between. If you have any issues, join in, DM me, let me know. Till then, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that was about Patrick Beverly, him abusing his sister. Now, this story is crazy, I didn't know nothing about this, but I don't know, so why didn't he attack the dude? The dude was in there with his little sister, and he went and attacked his little sister. So I don't know, most cases, when an older brother or a parent, a dad, dad finds the man in a room with his minor daughter or niece or little sister, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? You definitely usually go after the man, you know what I'm saying? The man up, you know what I mean? I don't know about him getting his own little sister up. That is, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they had a bad history and he was just, I don't know, you know what I mean? But I thought this was crazy that he just attacked his little sister over attacking the dude that he caught her with, you know what I mean? The fact that it also said that he held her up, grabbed her by the neck, had her off her feet, you know what I'm saying? Strangling her, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, this story is wild, you know what I'm saying? Patrick Beverly, you might have been off your rocker, you know what I mean? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? This is crazy. A lot of people are saying that he's innocent, a lot of people standing with him, they saying, I've been seeing in some of the comments, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, this is a wild case, you know what I mean? Like you heard in the clip, dude said he was with that, he got caught up with that the same way back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And dude attacked a female, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, that's different to me, you know what I mean? I know if, you know what I'm saying, I find a man in the bed in my house with my daughter, I'm definitely throwing dude out, like definitely putting hands on dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely grabbing him up. He definitely gonna be the one being lifted off his feet by his neck and dragged down the steps and thrown out my motherfucking front door, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's me though, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. He chose to attack the little sister, you know what I'm saying? That's wild work. Why didn't you attack the man? You know what I mean? I don't know. To each his own, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why he chose to attack the sister, you know what I'm saying? I definitely would have drugged the dude out the front door, you know what I mean? Kicked him in the ass or something on the way out, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but maybe that's just me though, you know what I mean? To each his own. Let me know in the comments what you would have done if you would have found your little sister or little daughter, you know what I'm saying, in the act or something like that with a man that was 18, you know what I mean? Your daughter is 16 or your little sister's 16. Let me know what you would have done. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy got a new charge launched out in a criminal investigation out in LA County for a S battery charge. In 2020, a male music producer stated that he was invited over to Diddy's house for a photo shoot. While he was there, Diddy started to pleasure himself under a shirt. He said and he offered him to join. He denied, and allegedly Diddy then threw that shirt at him that he was pleasuring himself with. And then in 2021, he said he went to a business meeting and men came and grabbed him out of nowhere, put a hood over his head, drug him into a room where Diddy began to chastise him, called him a snitch, punching on him and some more. You know what I'm saying? New cases on Diddy coming out of LA, you know what I mean? Somebody saying that he did this and that, you know what I mean? Some next little clips that you're about to see is just clips on this case of news coverage and what the netizens is saying about it. Check it out.
Some massive breaking news about Diddy. A brand new criminal, keyword criminal investigation has been opened against him in Los Angeles County. Now, these allegations are for S battery, and here's what happened. Apparently, Diddy invited this male music producer over for a photo shoot. While he was there, Diddy began to pleasure himself under a shirt. He then asked this man to join him in a certain act, and the man declined, and then Diddy got mad through the shirt that he was using at him. Now, that happened in 2020, but then in 2021, there was a separate business meeting. When the man arrived, two men grabbed him, put a hood over his head, drug him into another room where Diddy basically began to chastise, berate him, called him a snitch, things like that. And these are considered violent acts under the state of California. Now, if they find enough evidence and the DA decides to pursue this a little bit more, basically what will happen is Diddy will have to stand trial in California while he's serving his federal time. And if they decide to sentence him under California law, basically once he gets done with his time at Fort Dix, he can then move over to California and start serving time there. And it goes a little bit deeper than that, because if this happens and he's convicted, it could impact his federal classification, meaning like where he's housed, his ability to earn time off to get out for early release, things like that. So this is definitely something we want to watch. Make sure to hit that follow button, but I'm glad to see that Diddy's legal troubles aren't over.
The department says that it's investigating a report from an alleged victim in Florida. That alleged victim has identified himself as music producer Jonathan Hay in social media posts that have since been removed. A spokesperson for Kons has not responded to ABC News' request for comment. Kons is currently serving a federal prison sentence after he was convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution earlier this year. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor. This accuser says he's already listed as John Doe in a civil case against Kons. So talk about how that could impact this investigation now that he's also has identified himself too.
The only impact that I can see on this law enforcement in Florida, that's working in conjunction with LA where the alleged crime has occurred. And so the impact of him making notice that he also has a civil case doesn't. If anything, it affects the potential civil case, because with a typical civil case, just doing the investigation, now you have the full force and power of the LAPD doing it, and their criminal investigation could help create that he could go forward.
You know what I'm saying? New charge on Diddy coming out of LA, man. This is another somebody coming out with a story saying he did this and that. I don't know how much of this is gonna fly, you know what I mean? Like I said, this is a bunch of he say, she say stuff. There isn't really any no hard evidence being proven or nothing that's being said about this man in court in the case of none of that. Nobody brought forth no evidence. We ain't seen tape, video footage, evidence, or nothing that none of these people was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't sit up here condoning or pro Diddy or none of that. Don't get it twisted, you know what I mean? But now it's all about what you can prove in court. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't nobody brought no evidence. Everybody coming up with these he say, she say stories. He did this, he did that, but ain't no evidence to say so. You know what I mean? So I don't think none of this is gonna fly, man. This is too many stories at this point coming out with too many people are saying, hey, he did this to me. Hey, you know what? He touched me then back in, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Where was you then? I didn't say nothing then. You know what I mean? These are money grabs, I think, people was trying to take advantage of. You know what I mean? I just don't see any of this flying in court, just like it didn't fly this time around. You know what I'm saying? None of the charges that people were saying and all the stories people were telling, they didn't convict him of none of that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. A lot of these people was coming out the woodwork saying, yeah, he did this, he did that, he did this 20 years ago, he did this 10 years ago. Like, man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Chill with it. You know what I mean? I don't know what's gonna come of that. Yo, what's up? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Just in case this is interrupting my episode of your current events, news, interrupting your headlines, all the info that you getting from this episode. You know what I'm saying? I'm interrupting to let you know. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. I promise you won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? It's a quick little insert reminding you to hit that subscribe button. If you ain't hit it yet, go ahead and hit it now. Now is your time. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that while I'm pausing this information, pausing these headlines, pausing these current events that you're getting hit with. Now's your time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and comment on something that you've been thinking about, that you've seen in this episode that you wanted to say. Go ahead and comment that. You know what I mean? Go ahead and hit the like button too if you like it. You know what I'm saying? If you like this content, that's KONTENT. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tell your friends about it. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to this episode. Get back to this good information that I'm feeding in your brain. Also learned that, you know what I'm saying, Diddy has moved his date back. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be released, I think, in May, and they had pushed that back to June. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's on that Diddy case, though. You know what I mean? New info on this David case. You know what I'm saying? New info on this David case. Well, it was a photo that came out. You know what I'm saying? We all seen this photo of Celeste. You know what I mean? She's in the background, kind of on the side of one of his performances. You know what I mean? This is definitely her in that photo. I believe I've seen this photo before when the investigation was first going around about David. You know what I mean? This photo had came out, but the new information came out about who she is standing there with. You know what I mean? She's definitely standing there with a few people. You know what I'm saying? Some people from David's camp, David's crew or whatnot. The white lady standing next to her name is Lacey something. You know what I mean? But you're going to see in the clip, you know what I mean? We definitely seen this photo, but it's somehow resurfacing again. You know what I mean? So in this next clip you're about to see, Kadisha Lynn, y'all all know she gonna definitely break it down further on this photo and the people around her in the photo. Check it out.
Information coming out about Celeste Rivas Hernandez and David. And this one has some significant updates, and we have to give the Redditors a hand when it comes to this because they do not play no games. They came across these photos of David performing at the Fonda Theater in Los Angeles on June 27th of 2024. And look right here who is actually at this concert watching David perform at this time. It's Celeste. This isn't the only piece of evidence that we have seen of Celeste being at this performance, but it's the people who are around at this performance which makes it that much more concerning. And at the Fonda Theater, David was there for 3 days, but we can figure out the exact date of this performance because on this day he performed with his little sister. As you know what they say, the internet lives forever. Well, multiple media outlets were covering this performance and what David was wearing this day. Also, multiple people who just attended this event this day that was recording and posting it as they were watching. I'm sure you guys remember at the very beginning of all of this stuff coming out, there was someone that posted to social media trying to figure out if this was Celeste that they caught on camera going backstage with David's brother. And when they posted this whole video, the date that they had on it was June 27th of 2024 at 10:12 p.m., which is the same day that we are seeing Celeste in this new photo. Yes, in this video, she has on the Hello Kitty sandals, which is in the description of her missing person poster. Also, another huge indicator of this information is in this photo, Celeste is wearing a black hoodie. She was also wearing a black hoodie in the video footage that came out. We have video footage of Celeste going backstage with David's brother, but also she's around people that are very close to David in this photo. For another confirmation, pay attention to David's little sister's outfit. This was a group photo taken of all of them on this day of this performance. Not only do you have David's parents in attendance and his little sister wearing the same outfit, which I assume is after her performance, we also have key members of David's management team. We have Josh Marshall in the back there, Robert M, and Lane. And yes, Lane is the one that is standing next to Celeste backstage. And to remind you, at this point in time, it's only 2024, so Celeste is only 13 years old. And it wasn't just David's family and his management company that were present this night. Also, some of his closest friends were in attendance as well. I was able to find out that this night, there was actually a photo booth company who was hired called Hive's Photo Booths, who took all of these different photos throughout this night. The Interscope Records called upon their expertise on short notice. They said things move fast in the music industry, and this event was no exception. Interscope Records contacted us with a tight deadline, just 3 business days to secure a photo booth rental for David's show. And on this page, there is literally only a couple photos because, believe me, I was scouring it trying to find if there were all of the photos uploaded to this website. I was also very curious to see if Celeste would have been possibly in one of these photo booth photos that this company took. Either way, just all of this information and a confirmed sighting of Celeste around certain people is a big deal. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
You understand that was new info on that Celeste case that she was seen in the background there, definitely at that performance, along with he had his little sister on the stage and all these people, you know what I'm saying? They also, I believe, went out to dinner at some restaurant. It's a photo of some restaurant that they was all at. I don't know if Celeste was there at the photo that I've seen in the comments. Celeste wasn't in that photo, you know what I mean? But it was definitely David and a lot of his crew, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the people, the white lady that was definitely next to Celeste in the photo that y'all just seen, she was definitely part of David's crew. And then we seen her go backstage in the little video with David's brother. You know what I'm saying? So why aren't these people coming and being called in for questioning? Why aren't they being called in to be questioned about things and what they know as far as to this case, man? You know what I'm saying? This case is weirder and weirder as the day goes. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything, like I said, though, you know what I mean? It's not really nothing hard evidence against dude that they can use against him. You know what I mean? Yeah, we know he was cool with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we know they was cool. They was definitely kicking it. You know what I'm saying? They was an item. They were friends, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But it ain't no evidence that he was intimate with the girl, that he was sexually with her. She wasn't pregnant. So it's just nothing that they can prove. But damn, though, it seemed like they should have brought him in or something, arrested or something towards this or something. We ain't heard of no custody, no arrest, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then the investigators came out, and the private investigator came up with that photo that she was seen in 2025 in January. You know what I'm saying? So the case is just weird. You know what I mean? LAPD has said that they didn't see no crime. Didn't have enough evidence for a crime, or it's just weird. We talking about a body that was cut up and put in a trunk. You know what I mean? And the LAPD is talking about they don't see no type of evidence of a crime committed. You know what I mean? This case is weird. It seems like it's being swept under the rug. It seems like this dude David is tied to some people in some high places. You know what I'm saying? And they are covering his butt on this case. You know what I'm saying? For sure, that's definitely what it seems like. You know what I mean? Cause yeah, it's just too many people. It's too many people involved. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of people involved. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Nobody been questioned or none of that. So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? The case is wild, but I'm gonna keep everybody updated as new information as it keeps pouring out, day to day, week to week, whatever it may be. I'm gonna keep following it until it gets cracked. You know what I'm saying? And we find out what happened to Celeste Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the girl. But yeah, that's all I got today, though. You know what I'm saying? This has been episode 332. You know what I mean? In case you was rolling up, you had to pull up, in case you had to go break up a fight with your kids that was arguing, you had to storm out the room and go handle that case. You missed it. That's everything I just went over. You know what I'm saying? I just let you know that Patrick Beverly was arrested for abusing his sister. You know what I'm saying? Doing too much after he found her in the room with an 18-year-old boy. Also, I let you know about the Diddy. He got some new charges coming at him out of LA County about some dude saying that he batteried him and some more stuff. Put a hood over his head and got to chastise him and all that. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of stuff was with that. Also let you know about this David case. A new picture that was seen with Celeste was at one of his shows. You know what I mean? And she's definitely tied to some of the people in his crew. You know what I'm saying? But that's everything I let you know today. You know what I'm saying? For episode 332. You feel me? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you was, you could be doing anything you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether you was a little sister, little brother, older sister, older brother, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was a niece, a nephew, an auntie, or uncle, whether you was a grandpa, grandma, whether you was a mother, a father, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was cousin Pookie, cousin Mookie, cousin Poo Poo, cousin Man, TT, you know what I mean? If y'all got pets too, and y'all sitting there watching this and you petting your pet, whether that pet is a cat, you have a pet dog, a pet hedgehog, you have a pet squirrel, you have a pet ant farm, you have a pet pig, a hyena, you know what I'm saying? You have a pet bearded dragon, a pet crocodile, whatever your pet is, you know what I mean? As long as they in front of Kons Podcast, I definitely give them that good salute. Like you see the homie scrolling up that screen, you know what I mean? Giving you that good salute. Shout out to all y'all for watching Kons Podcast, you know what I'm saying? The beat you hear creeping up right now was made by none other than Infectious, Beat Collector Beats, you know what I mean? But yeah, let Infectious talk to y'all in the background, you know what I'm saying? While these credits roll up with my last minute comments on these topics, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Now I will see you next episode, you feel me?
Don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Wait me, don't you?
You understand that?
Wait me, don't you?